Hello and welcome to 3 Word Interviews. This week's guest is a comedian, actor, writer and TV host, Desiree Burch. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to 3 Word Interviews.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. Well, basically the rules are pretty simple. You pick 3 words.
3 words.
Yeah.
Don't show these lovely people what they are.
Exactly. Reckon you manage them?
Probably not, but we're gonna find out.
Didn't want to make them too easy.
Yeah, no, you did not.
So, do you want to let the viewers at home know what prize you've got? So, if anyone, the first person to guess them.
So, if you guess them, what you will get are 3 for you and your friends, signed copies of the poster for my 2016 Edinburgh show, which is called This Is Evolution. The reason that I'm sending you that, not only is it, oh, look, there's an autograph, but it's an autograph poster of dick pics, for which I won the poster prize in Edinburgh that year. I mean, it's not just dick pics, but it's my lovely visage made of dick pics, which took so many man hours to manipulate, all told. It took quite a while. But yes, I always wanted to be famous enough for someone to draw a dick on a poster of me somewhere, and I just figured I'd start out by having it done myself.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? So you will have fun looking at this sort of magic eye puzzle of, I mean, I was amazed that many people looked at it the entire festival and beyond that and did not see it, because it does just look sort of like a painted image, but full of knobs. Yeah.
So basically, let's start at the beginning. Obviously, you grew up in LA.
Yeah.
Is it all it's made out to be?
What exactly is LA made out to be?
It's big, glamorous Hollywood, all stars.
Okay, I mean, yeah, so the thing is, I definitely always saw more famous people when I lived in New York than I ever did in Los Angeles, because you live inside of a car or an air-conditioned building in Los Angeles, so it's rare that you're seeing anyone unless you're going to some kind of premiere, or something like that. But I mean, yes, of course, it's full of people. Those people make all the film and television and whatnot, and it's full of even more desperate actors who, maybe get work, but not nearly enough to string it together into a life, or hoping to get a toothpaste commercial or something, It's full of people who are talented or just pretty, who want to get paid for that. Some of them extremely talented, but all of them really, really need more screen time.
So we're referring to Penny from The Big Bang Theory. Is that fair representation?
I never watched The Big Bang Theory if I can keep from it. I feel terrible because we're in the middle of this interview and I can tell that you love it, and I just, every time I look at it, I'm like, thank God there's a laugh track because this is not funny. Is she the blonde one?
Yes,
or is she? Okay, got it. I was just like, is it Blossom or is it the blonde one? Those are the 2 women that I know from that show. Okay, so yes, there are lots of aspiring Pennies, yes.
So you mentioned you moved to New York.
I did.
That was for university?
That was post-university.
Right.
I was on the East Coast for university, but after that just sort of took the train, just because it was a thing to do, because New York was an hour and a half away from where I was going to school. Everyone was going there. I studied theater. I visited once before I moved there, but I was going with the show, so it just seemed like, okay, well, it's better than going home, and presumably anyone who has graduated university knows that general uselessness that you experience post-university, and you're just kind of like, I don't know what to do with myself, and I've got a show or 2 going here, this seems to be the thing to do.
Yeah.
I'll crash on couches, figure it out, and
Yeah.
you get to the city and it's like, it's New York. It's everything that you've seen in a movie. It's all of the sounds, the crash, bang, squawk, all that every single day. It's all of the just energy and all of the greed and all of the desperation and the ambition, and it is really incredible and beautiful, but also completely inundating.
And of course, going to New York, you got the job that you talk about in a lot of your comedy with Dominatrix Drag Race.
Yeah, the second show that I'd done was not all about that, actually. It was partially about that and partially about sort of, other work and experiencing sex in the workplace where it doesn't belong. But yes, that is where I did work as a dominatrix. And for not nearly long enough for as much of the sort of attention on me that is brought, do you know what I mean? Like, if you are a working performer, comedian, actor, whatever, writer, like, you're gonna have a lot of jobs. You know, like that was one, right? You know, but it was a particularly interesting one to a lot of people, although a lot of these people who are putting themselves through university are doing that too. Don't be shocked. A lot more people than you think that you actually know do that.
Were your parents accepting of that job?
I don't fucking know, man. Why do you think I live in another continent? Don't tell, all right? My mom's too old for Google. My dad just averts his eyes. So it's best that way. At some point when there's like a show made on it, you know, because I'm adapting it for screen, we'll have to have the conversation. But I like to think I'm grown and I can just have that conversation.
Yeah, totally.
Like, I might have to, like, write it in a very well-worded letter. Just, like, write them a loving poem or something.
And then obviously, as you said, you did your theatre studies. So I've read about your 52-man pickup thing. That looked interesting.
It is.
What was
So 52-man pickup was one of my earliest solo performances. My background is as a solo performer. I mean, my entire career has sort of been a jigsaw puzzle that I've kind of put together. But that one was kind of in a lot of ways related to the Dominatrix show, in that it was a show in which I spoke about basically I took everyone I'd ever had sex with in my life up until that point, and I put each person on a card in a deck, you know, ranked them, had their stories, you know, like, and shuffled the deck at the beginning of the show, and through a series of various card games played with the audience sort of interactively, you know, told these stories. You know, they're little, like, vignettes or essays, you know, little poems, haikus, like, whatever, like, just about that person, and through the lens of, and I think a lot of us do this in terms of coming of age and, you know, experiencing sex as a way of discovering yourself and a sense of belonging in the universe and connecting to human beings and, you know, what you like and what you don't. Like, I just kind of went out there. I went from being a very, very late virgin to being entirely the opposite. Because, you know, as an overachieving kid, you're just like, okay, I'm gonna roll up my sleeves and go out here and do something about this. You know, like, I'm gonna change my life, which is a thing that you think you have to do when you're young, not realizing that life will definitely change you whether or not you try. But yeah, so it was a really, it wound up being such a powerful piece, just because so many people then kind of respond to that with like, wow, like, you talk about all these things and I never thought that I could talk about. And, you know, if you share everyone's got a deck of whatever size, you know, and so that people are kind of like, oh, I have a story like that, or oh, this thing happened to me and I never wanted to talk about it, but then you said something way worse and now I feel good about myself. And you're like, great, it's kind of my role.
I mean, you've got a lot of TV credits. People are going to recognise you.
I hope so. I mean, ish, but like, it depends on what you watch. You know, some people are like, you're you, and other people are like, who the hell is that? Like, when I come on to things.
When you've got names like QI, Mock the Week, Live at the Apollo, I mean, they're big names on British TV.
Yes, hopefully a good chunk of British people will be like, oh yeah, that Black American lady. Like, if I even get that on the radar, I'm like, got it. I mean, there's more than one of us now, but you know.
Yeah. And are there any shows that you want to be invited on that you haven't been?
Let's see. Taskmaster would be a good one. Really, that's it. No, that, like, it's so funny because that's the one that's leaping to mind. As soon as I leave here, I'll be like, oh wait, there are 5 other ones. But like, that's one that's sort of like you know, I mean, whatever. One day when I'm famous enough, they'll invite me to come and like dance or whatever, because that'll be fun.
Strictly.
Yeah, right?
Dance on ice or Strictly?
Strictly. Yeah, I'm not doing things on ice. I'm sorry. I've been big my whole life. I'm not going to get on a slippery surface and picking up momentum. That's just asking for gravity to do its worst. But I mean, whatever. I just think it would be fun because dancing is fun, and potentially getting paid to do that for however little amount of time I would actually make it through would be so great.
Obviously, people are going to know you from Comedy Central. You've got obviously a special on there at the moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, when was that?
That was recorded about a year ago. I mean, I don't know. They all blend together. It was 2018. Yes, that would have been last October. So yeah, a year ago. You will recognize me being extremely sweaty. It is a thing that happens to me on stage immediately, and that room was so hot. So yeah, I feel like a Southern Baptist preacher in that particular special. But yeah, that was about a year ago that I did that. So it's interesting because I'm just sort of like, right now I'm touring my most recent show, which sort of like came after that, and even that, now that I've been touring it, and we'll kind of continue that through the end of the year, and then once that's done, it's like, wow, I have actually gone through a lot of life in those shows and in that material. And it's like, yes, you do think of other funny things and things you want to talk about, but it does take a little bit, you know, because you're just kind of like, I'm spent.
Yeah. And obviously Comedy Central, you've got Netflix TV series as well with Sean Walsh and Lloyd.
Yes, exactly. If you can handle it, it is quite fun, Flinch.
Ultra HD as well, right?
Yes, yeah. Well, special makeup. The guys always sat there for like 20 minutes and they're like, okay, done. And I'm there like for an hour, and I'm like, it's gonna be an Ultra HD, so like pick it up. But yeah, we spent a good amount of time in a barn in Ireland filming this with lovely volunteers who came in and got into these contraptions that were made to test their human impulses while they were expected to deny those impulses. And actually, I was really happy about the way that it turned out, even though when we all signed on to do it, we had no idea what we were doing at all. You know, because I think if they told us, then we'd be like, you know, but we were all just like, it's gonna be on Netflix, it's gonna be fun. And then like, suddenly there you are with like a brass band behind you getting electrocuted.
And obviously, it's not just comedy. You've done kids TV as well.
Yes.
That's actually amazing.
Yes, that was super fun. I was really unexpectedly like surprised and honored to be asked to do kids TV, because I like love working with young people, but also nothing about my material lends itself to believing that that's something that I should be doing. But obviously, like, I've taught as a job for many years, sort of doing, you know, arts and education and that kind of thing. So it was great to be able to go work with all of these. I mean, you know, you interact with the kids, but it's mostly like them seeing cool world records being broken and you just being like, let's dance.
And do you hold a world record? Have you partaken in any?
I did partake in one, but we did not get it. It was a team one. And yeah, no, actually two of them. One of them was, I believe, like eating oranges very quickly, but you had to be blindfolded and they had to be fed to you. And I was very good about clearing those oranges. I thought that I was a real contender for that one, but unfortunately, no.
And you mentioned your tour. Obviously, you're currently on tour.
Yes, I am.
You're going to the US in December as well, right?
Yeah, I'll be in New York, which, you know, is the U.S., but it's not like I'm going to the U.S. But yes, I'll be doing, my show's called Desiree's Coming Early, so it's still touring in the U.K., and it'll be in London in November, and then New York in December.
Oh, yeah. And what's next? What's in the pipeline? What's after the tour?
Oh, God, who even knows? I mean, I'm working on some, I mean, there aren't necessarily things that I can, like, put out there. There's definitely, like, I'm working on writing some sort of longer form project. So the Dominatrix show, which I'll refer to as that is not its name, but once you look up what its name is, you'll realize why I'm not saying it right now. I don't know if we can swear on the show or not. It's called Unfuckable. And that I'm working on adapting to a series, like comedy drama stuff. So, you know, kind of starting to shop that around right now. And kind of just collaborating with some other writers to come up with some new projects, ideally for TV, because I was raised by a television set, so I kind of love them.
Yeah. No, it sounds interesting stuff to come though.
Yeah. There will definitely be more to come, but I mean, I'm hoping like a really cool holiday in the interim.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to end on a question that we got from Twitter.
Yeah.
It came with a wink emoji, so I think there's like connotation in there.
Okay.
But it said, who'd you rather, Trump or Boris Johnson?
Fuck no. No. I don't know. You know, if you're stuck in a bedroom with one or the other, like, who could I more easily pull out the dominatrix moves on so that I don't have to touch them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I always think Brits are kinkier, so I think it would work easier on Boris just to get him to, like, I don't know, get him tied up and, you know, make him beat his own, you know, dick with a, you know, tennis racket or something. Like, I don't know, but like it seems like that would be the more successful of the two. Neither of them would I want to touch with anything that I didn't want to thereafter burn.
Understand? I answered your question.
Hope so.
So, Yeah, thanks so much for coming in. We really appreciate your time.
It was a pleasure. Yes, this was super fun.
Obviously, you're off to perform in Brighton tonight.
Yeah.
So
yeah, this is a lovely town that you've got here in Brighton. It is as beautiful as it is up its own ass. I love it here. I mean, it's gorgeous, but everyone's like, we're really cool, and it's like, calm down.
We'll make sure to put that on the sign when they enter.
Welcome to Brighton Ho, as beautiful as it is up its own ass. I mean, honestly, if you did, it wouldn't stop people from moving here in droves.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
no, totally. Yeah. So, thanks again to Desiree for coming in. If you think you know what the 3 words were that she slipped into the interview, comment in the description down below, or head to our Instagram page under the picture of Desiree. Just link it down there and we'll get the prize sent off to the first person who gets all 3 right.
Amazing.
Have a good one.
Good one, guys.